All right, you guys, we are back again. And right now we have more on the Kendrick Lamar diss against Drake, DJ Akademiks, Cameron, Mall, and new song Black Air Forces, which is not the name of the record, Jigs. So I'm pretty sure we should probably update that. Pretty sure it's Watch the Party Die. This obviously was the talk of the day. The dude was diabolical. Literally on 9/11 dropped a bomb of his own. I know a lot of people are attributing this as just a Drake diss, but obviously it's not. He does make a lot of subs to a lot of people that were talking down about him, especially since the announcement that he was going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. So, yeah, it's not surprising that people have their opinion. Obviously, people have their allegiances. It seems like Kendrick didn't like all that talk. So he does what he does best, and he put it on wax. But yeah, enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump right into the video. Again, it's entitled Kendrick Lamar. This is Drake, DJ Akademiks, Cameron, and Mal, and new song Black Air Force. Yeah, OVO Mal and OVO Ak. They're definitely going to have a huge meltdown, epic rant of epic proportions very, very soon. You already know Mal has been waiting for this moment. But yeah, but like I said, enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump right into the video.
Wait, hold up. I thought it was no more round twos. Hey man, Shannon Sharp, thank your lucky stars. Kendrick Lamar just saved you today.
Yo, Kendrick has a great knack for like changing whatever the topic of conversation is for that day. When he drops, we forget about everything else because it's crazy because right before this, the biggest news story was that Shannon Sharp was hacked, even though he wasn't hacked, and he was basically heard on his live having relations, which was crazy. He denied it, but then I want to say he has since admitted to it and apologized and everything. He should really send Kendrick a thank you text. For real, for real.
You owe that man 10 bottles of champagne to his crib
Facts,
ASAP.
man.
Now, after Kendrick Lamar told us literally 3 days ago that there's no more round two of the beef with him and Drake, the man just did it again. He just dropped a new song. The song is called Black Air Forces. Now, it is a 5-minute song that Kendrick dropped on his Instagram page, and he starts it off with very interesting lyrics. I think it's time to watch the party die.
I think it's time to watch the party die.
Now, if you just passively listen to the songs, you're not gonna hear any disses that actually stick out, which has left everybody confused. Is Kendrick trying to move on from the whole Drake beef, or is he spinning the block? Now, there's some obvious disses and shots that Kendrick definitely took at influencers and radio personalities. Kendrick said, "The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary, let me know when they turn up as a casualty. Influencers talk down because I'm not with the basic shit, but they don't hate me. They hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never dick ride because I want a favor. If you parade in gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company." Now,
and I will say that Ak is definitely a huge purveyor of gluttony. But yeah, obviously he's dick riding because he wants that interview. He wants to get a chance to meet his idol. He's definitely never pulled any punches when he shows his love for Drake. The dude is a super fan in every sense of the word. He capes for Drake even in the face of all adversity, which is honestly something that you should commend the man for. The dude is loyal. And at least he does give it up when Kendrick pulls off these great feats, which is probably the only thing keeping his credibility intact. Because sometimes when you're riding for the other team and the other team is literally smashing on him, it definitely takes a wild dude that in spite of everything in front of them, they'll still cape for their guy even if they're getting pounced on. I want to call it a direct sub because, yeah, he didn't say his name, but we all know who he's talking about.
Now, Akademiks and Mal are two influencers that's been quote-unquote talking down on Kendrick. And you also have Cameron and Maze who also have been talking down on Kendrick as well. There's also this part of the song where people think Kendrick is taking aim at Drake. He says, "No more pillow talking chump starting neighborhood wars. Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home." Now, Drake is known to be a dirty macker. This is not a secret. Everybody knows this. Now, if you're Drake, what do you do right now? You've been winning a round two with this guy. He's now dropped a song with potential shots at you. Do you take the obvious bait and engage in the round two that you've wanted so badly? Or do you just ignore him and keep on doing your thing?
I feel like the only way you engage is if you know you have that nuke. You can't run the risk of having what happened in round one happen in round two. Because if you think it's hard now, imagine what it's going to be like with another showing like round one. It's not going to look good. It's going to be a lot harder to pivot, and people aren't going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I feel like Drake will always be straight, especially streaming wise. I want to say I just saw him get another accolade, which is basically the only artist to sell, what was it, 5 million copies of an album, which is obviously spread out through his catalog. The dude has been very, very prolific throughout his career, so he's gonna rack up some monster numbers, and they're only gonna keep growing. I do feel like he has to, if he's gonna do this round two, he has to do it intelligently. And as of now, we really haven't seen like the strategy kind of like prove itself. And with that being said, I do feel like it's still a terrible matchup for Drake because their styles don't really go well together. Like one style is definitely more highly favored when it comes to like a battle, just because of the tenacity and the style they rap with.
This is definitely one of those records that only people that these shots apply to know that this is about them. Drake, OVO, Chubb.
I will say this: there's probably a ton of people that think that Kendrick is probably talking about them. You know, people are gonna invent these scenarios. It's like when Sharp was saying that Drake referred to him in a song, and it was like some generic line that had nothing to do with him, but in somebody's head, you can create these fictitious realities, I guess.
Baka, the ball is now in your court, brothers. You guys get in the comments
Baka.
below. Who do you guys think Kendrick was dissing in the song? Post your comments below. Scratch my channel like.
Yeah, well, I feel like off the top already, you know, he threw a sub at Drake, and I feel like he did throw a shot at Ak, because that's definitely been the biggest influencer, internet personality that's been shooting shots at Kendrick, and he hasn't really stopped. Yeah, Cameron and Mace have definitely like been given some digs because they feel like Lil Wayne got snubbed, but I feel like he really is mainly aiming at them, plus the rest of the industry. He was talking about how we're glorifying scammers. He was talking about like a bunch of things that are going down in the industry that he would obviously like to see a shift. It's going to be interesting to see if he can do it all on his own. But I will say this: the dude is having a crazy run. This is just another one of the extremely successful drops, and I feel like there's way more to come. We still haven't seen the album. Now people are theorizing that he's going to wait until the Super Bowl to drop the album, which would be smart. I feel like he should probably still feed some music, you know what I mean, every few months just to keep that buzz going. But I feel like if he drops anything in tandem with that Super Bowl, can we honestly expect him to do anything less than maybe 1 million streams in a week? Like, I can only imagine after that, like, yo, dude, you can capitalize off that huge. But yeah, I guess time will tell, and we'll see that in due time. But definitely let me know in the comments who you think Kendrick was dissing. And also, if you think this is enough bait to get Drake to respond. This is definitely something that wasn't heavily targeted at Drake. So he has to be careful and not like underestimate Kendrick again and think this is all he has. Like, fam, he still has 5 more diss records in the tuck. So be careful. Whatever he drops, it's going to have to be flames. And even then, it's still going to get criticized and dissected with like a fine tooth comb. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Cam and Mace, man, yo, they're on a crazy run. It is what it is. They're such a dope podcast. And honestly, it's pretty like blatant to see why like they're so successful. It's a definitely a dope show. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. And I can't wait to see how Maul rants after this. Do we get to hear squeaky voice Maul again? But yeah, man, the OVO Glazers, I feel like are gonna have a field day with this one. Kendrick did it because he knew the attention it was gonna receive. I feel like this is just another calculated move. And also, what do you think is the over under on seeing those Air Forces in a video or somewhere? Like, yo, fam, if he busts him out and wears them at like the Super Bowl show, dude, how crazy would that be? Obviously, get them shits cleaned out because this shit look like them sneakers look like they caught bodies. But definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you guys love the video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Yo, K-Dot, man, Kung Fu Kenny, you wilding right now, boy.